and welcome to an episode of Tokyo Reflections with World Athletics and us, the Backstraight Boys and Girl podcast. I'm Claire.
I'm Jodie. I'm Bayo.
And we have been asked somehow to distill our favourite moments from this summer's Olympic Games into just the very highlights. Welcome along.
So I wanted to start with an event that you're not going to, it's not, going into the Olympics, this was not going to be one of our favourite events. In fact, it's an event that we moaned about a lot. And
I know what this is going to be.
I still have issues with it as an event, but as an actual spectacle, and because of the result, it was one of my favourite moments of the whole Olympics, and it's the mixed 4x400. I know that's one of your favourites, Bayo.
We'll come to that. I have major issues with the mixed 4x4.
Yeah.
But
So going in, obviously the narrative of the mixed 4x4 is, America are going to win gold. It's just a pointless event. It's just an excuse for Alison and Felix to get another gold medal.
Just a
blah, blah, blah. And America should win that event. Like with their B team, with their C team, they should win that event because no other country's got that amount of depth. America, let's start at the beginning because in the heats there was a whole controversy, wasn't there? Because Lena Irby was on the wrong line.
Yeah.
And so they got disqualified. There was some kind of appeal. She got put back in because she said the officials put her there.
Yeah.
I'd argue you should know what line you should stand on, but anyway, that's they got
They
back in.
did see there was video footage of her being moved by the official, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
for that.
I mean, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. And so there ended up being 9 people in the final. So there was all controversy just to start with.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing, what order are you going to run people in? And everyone ends up doing the same order now, which is a little bit boring.
It's really boring. I think there should be some sort of way of guaranteeing a bit of variety of orders because I want to see women being stalked down by men. That sounds awful. Edit that out. But I do want to see the tactics where you've got men reeling in the female runners and then the female runners being used really tactically to screw things up later on in the race.
Because there's no inherent reason why the order should matter in the sense that because if you run the fastest splits, you should end up first, right?
In a relay, everyone should be running as fast as they possibly can. That's the way you're going to get the fastest time. That's the way you're going to win. The longer the relay, obviously, tactics come into it. But in a 4x4, there's not enough tactics that should make that much difference in the end result, is there? And so if everyone's running to their peak, it shouldn't make any difference as to what order you put the people in. But
we've seen some teams try that, haven't we, at the World Relays, and it hasn't gone well.
But it hasn't gone well because they haven't had the strength and depth to make it work. So which is why America should always win every time. But
so going into the final, number one, America changed their whole team.
It did make the result all the sweeter though. To have the confidence of putting in a completely changed quartet and be like, they're fast, they'll be fine.
But having said that, Poland changed 3 of their runners. So they went in and we're expecting, America's just going to run away with this. 4 not just brand new runners, but 4 high quality runners, sub 50 women. I think sub 50 and the other lady had run 50.1 this year.
And Vernon Norwood,
44.4 runner. We've got they're just head and shoulders. They could actually be they couldn't be the 18 because there's only one mixed. But anyway, both of those runners could have been in the individual 400 relays. And so you just think it's going to be a cakewalk.
Totally.
I mean, and it was the complete opposite. The complete opposite. So America never really got into the race. They were never in the lead. It was Paulino from Dominican Republic who really took up the lead on the second leg for the Dominican Republic. Incredible run. She's got 15 meters. Then their second woman gets caught and it's quite close. And going into the last leg, it's Dominican Republic, it's the Netherlands, it's Poland, and it's America.
And shout out to Femke Bol, who ran brilliantly for the Netherlands and had done a 400-metre hurdles heat earlier on.
That says a lot, doesn't it, about people changing their entire teams and that. Where Femke Bol goes, no, I want to get as many Olympic gold medals as I can. So it's the Olympic Games. People are I'm in an R-ing and only doing one event and not being able to do an event in the morning and one in the afternoon. And you're just come on, it's the Olympic Games.
But also look at Sifan Hassan's schedule. Come on, dream a bit.
And so coming into the last leg, you're okay, so we've got 4 runners and I mean, they're quality runners. Vernon Norwood is the quality runner. The Polish guy has just won under 45 this year. The guy from the Netherlands is I think he's a 46 runner, but certainly not in the same league.
There's a Bourlet in there. There's all sorts of really, really good 400-metre runners.
But it's Vernon Norwood's to lose.
Yes.
And he does.
And he does.
But not only does he lose the gold, he loses the bronze on the line as well. And it's this just genius bit of running from the Polish guy. And I'm sorry, like Polish names are difficult. I mean, I'm just going to say they're difficult. So
It's Dzinski who runs the final leg.
So it's just Poland. There's a thing about Polish relay runners.
Yes.
They are brilliant. And this is what the Americans didn't do well and didn't do well in other relays as well. I'm not going to say it's an arrogance because it's not on the individual athletes.
No.
But there's a kind of this sense of like, we just need to turn up. And Poland don't just turn up. They've been practicing. They know even in the 4x4, they've been practicing changeovers. They've got some tactics. They know how to run relays.
But also they're hungrier for it.
Yes.
Like, how many chances are they going to get at gold medals on the track? It's like, that's just not going to happen, is it? We expect Poland to get gold medals in the hammer, for example. But like those Polish runners who've got multiple medals in like the Europeans and European doors, etc., sometimes better. But that this is their one chance to get an Olympic gold medal.
Which
not any
allows
other
them
gold
to
medal.
become so much greater than the sum of their parts. And I think that's what makes a really good relay team. I think we've seen that with British men's 4x1 squads over the years. When you put them together, there's that incredible synergy. And suddenly it's not like 4 blokes running, it's 4 and that little bit. And that's what Poland brought.
And it's all, we definitely saw this in Tokyo, that it's not, in all relays, it's not the 4 fastest people that matter.
Because America's season's best are 2 seconds faster than the Poland's.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So like,
And that's the American like G team.
I mean, if you put in their A team, but like it's what the Olympics is about, and there's going to be a lot of us talking about what the Olympics is about, and it is about moments like this. It's about Christina Swiatek having an Olympic gold medal, and she's only 28.
Gosh, she's been around
You
forever.
just feel like she's been around for absolutely ever, and she's always there or thereabouts. She's the best in Europe, and she always raises her game. They all do. Even in the final, I'm not sure if it was in Tokyo, but it wasn't Tokyo. It was last year in Doha. They got 2 Polish girls into the final of the, and on seasons rankings you wouldn't put that. They always raise their game. They are the number 1 athletics nation. They won like at the IWF Awards, World Athletics Awards last year.
Always willing to host.
It's just Poland as a country, as an athletics country. We love them. We support them. They're that kind of country. When we're not cheering for Great Britain, we're cheering for Polish athletes because they give so much to the sport. And this was a perfect moment.
And their celebrations upon winning, I think, just spoke volumes. Them and the Dominican Republic, what a lean over the line. What a dip that was. And then the US are there with faces like smacked arses.
Really?
Because they should have won.
It was funny, wasn't it? Because usually people were like, at least pretend. It was just like, they were just sort of sat there like shaking their heads.
But they should.
Yeah, 100%.
They should. And not that listen, America get a lot of golds and great, because they've got the fantastic athletes. But we also like to celebrate other countries. And that's one of the things and we'll talk about this with another event that we're going to be talking about. We love to see medals shared between lots of countries. And this was a perfect example of that. And, maybe America need to step back, think about what they're doing with this relay team, the mixed 4x4, which is literally their event. Like they've got no competition in this event. So I would expect in Oregon next year that they would come out and win on their home track as well. So my guess is that there's going to be athletes who are going to do multiple events, or just people like, no, I'm in my home track. You know what they're like at the collegiates. They're running 7 events a day and all the relays, and they need to bring a little bit of that to the World Championships.
So with that in mind, with how much you actually ended up enjoying this, Jodie, do you? Has the 4x4 now got the mixed one, got a special place in your heart? And are you looking forward to it for the next couple of major champs?
I guess. But I think the thing is with the mixed, I think it's an unnecessary event. I understand the reason that we want to get mixed events. I think that's a great idea. But the 4x4, we've already got 400, we've already got a 200, we've already got 800. And we've also got a 4x4 and a 4 hurdles. So there's plenty of events for people who have that skill set. I would rather see an Ekaden relay or something for distance.
Yes.
A mixed Ekaden relay would be perfect. And once again, it gives, not that Kenya or Ethiopia need more medals either, but I think it's just it would give us a different thing. I've always thought an Ekaden relay should be in the Olympics anyway. It also gives distance athletes a chance to win a relay medal, which they don't have at the moment.
All of what Jodie said. My other issue is the schedule. It's just dumped in the middle of the schedule. It's on the same day as 4 relays. It's for hurdles on the same day as 4 individuals. It just doesn't fit in the schedule. So if you're going to put it in, it needs to be thought about and not just dumped in the middle, confusing everything around it.
It should be like for amateur athletes, every 4x400 is, which is right at the very end when you're absolutely knackered. You've already done 8 events already that day, and your coach is like running around begging people
But
to.
it can't be
take
the same day as the 4x4s.
No, it can't. So at the very start, maybe.
I mean, it's a problem that needs to be solved. But but going like just at the Tokyo Olympics, it was a phenomenal event, and I loved it.
Thanks very much for watching this episode of Tokyo Reflections with us, the Backstraight Boys and Girl podcast. I've been Claire.
I'm Jodie. I'm Bayo. If you'd like to listen to the podcast, you can find us on Twitter under the Backstraight Boys, on Instagram, and we have lots of guests, we have lots of chat, we have lots of irreverence, and we get lots of facts wrong. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you all in Eugene.